You know, like Ms. Terrell has said, we want to support all of our children, and we have needs in the system of vulnerable kids and all kids. And we are, you know, we say we underfund special ed, and of course we want, I mean, ideally we want one-on-one if we could have it. And you said, Mr. Barnes, about achievement gap, you know, based on the achievement gap, what we're seeing and what our needs are. So from 2017, we saw a $5.2 million increase in special ed, then in 18, $6 million, in 2019, $5 million. And we're getting salary increases for special ed along with everybody else, so that department will also go up. And I understand we keep asking, you know, are we meeting our legal obligations? And you're saying we are. But I think we also have to talk about the achievement gaps and our ethical obligations to our other vulnerable populations. And that discussion I don't see happening. And it breaks my heart when we talk about ESOL graduating at 25%, when we talk about our black and brown kids, when we talk about bias in the system. We have to have these conversations in tandem.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And I think when you saw the superintendent's proposed budget,
I do, but I see
were also reflected in that. So I agree with you, yes. And so in the absence of some of those options present on this shortfalls list is another unwritten intention of support for programming that supports our most vulnerable students. Others of our, you know, there's no additional special education cuts. There's no additional cuts to central staff that support those students in those schools directly. So there's two ways. And one, we came out of the gate with additions to all of those things. And two, when you charged us to present a list to close the shortfall, we chose to avoid those spaces as well.
Yeah, and I'll repeat this, but I'm a little concerned. I asked for an achievement gap report for non-special ed, and I was told, you know, we haven't done anything like this before, and we're creating one, which is great. And I'm excited about that we're going to have that conversation, because we should be having it every year and seeing how we're doing. But when we only talk about legal obligations and special ed, and we don't talk about the other side, do we need to have a litigation to meet that moral obligation? So then can we begin that conversation by having the conversation in tandem and with a report and with data and with information about what the needs are, so that we can have an obligation to meet? Because right now we don't even know what that would look like.
We've been looking forward to the board putting that on the quarterly agenda for over a month, and we'll be ready when it comes to the quarterly agenda, and we get a date for that.
I've sent an email to the board today with dates, so I just need you to respond, and we'll get it scheduled.